Have you ever felt a strange energy shift around you? Like the world itself took notice of something inside you? Like suddenly eyes are watching. Whispers float through the air and you feel a power stirring in your spirit that cannot be ignored? Welcome, beloved soul, to this sacred space where we explore the divine mysteries that only the chosen ones can understand. You are here for a reason. Today we're going to uncover the shocking way you silence the haters and how God himself has placed a shield around your life. But before we dive deeper, I want to greet you warmly. Hello. Welcome to Underrated Knowledge Channel, your home for divine revelation and spiritual empowerment. If this is your first time here, take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a message meant specifically for you. Now, as you sit and watch, I invite you to comment at the very beginning. I receive, if you are ready to embrace every word, every revelation, and every divine strategy that God is unfolding in your life today. Say it boldly in the comments, I receive. Because speaking faith into existence activates the power that is already moving on your behalf. There is a sacred rhythm to your life. Chosen one. A flow of divine timing that many cannot see but which guides your every move. And when you step into that rhythm, when you begin to walk fully aligned with your purpose, something fascinating happens. The world resists. Not because you are doing wrong, but because the enemy and even ordinary souls around you can feel the shift in spiritual authority. Proverbs 18:12 tells us, "Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility." When you rise into your divine calling, your humility and spiritual clarity are like a hammer against the pride of those who seek to bring you down. They whisper, they gossip, they plot, but their words have no power over you. It may feel shocking, even unsettling at first, to realize that your growth, your spiritual breakthroughs, and your clarity have made waves in places you never expected. But understand this: it is not your power alone, beloved. It is the power of God manifesting through you. Isaiah 43:19 reminds us, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" God is doing a new thing in your life. Something so powerful that it disrupts old systems, old agreements, and yes, even the gossip that once circulated around your name. The whispers you hear are a confirmation, not a condemnation. They are proof that your spirit is aligned, that you are moving in God's plan, and that your silence is a weapon of divine strategy. You see, chosen one, silence is more powerful than any argument. When you refuse to engage with negativity, when you simply rise above and focus on your calling, you confuse the enemy. They expect a reaction, a fight, a defensive stance, but what they get instead is peace, and peace is an offensive weapon in the realm of the spirit. Matthew 6:33 tells us, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." By choosing righteousness over reaction, by choosing faith over frustration, you have already silenced the gossip before it even begins. You have chosen divine power over human opinion, and that is why they are whispering. They recognize that something in you is untouchable. Have you noticed how some people seem to appear only when you begin to rise? They pop up with subtle digs, rumors, or half-truths, and yet their presence cannot stop the divine work in your life. That is because you are a living testimony of God's favor. Psalm 91:4 reminds us, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." Your shield is faith, your buckler is truth, and when you walk under God's wings, no amount of gossip or hatred can penetrate your peace. They may try to talk, but their words are powerless against the spiritual authority you carry. Let me tell you something vital. The more you shine, the louder the noise around you will get. It is a sign, not of failure, but of awakening. The chosen ones never attract calm because their presence disrupts mediocrity. Their faith, their integrity, and their unwavering trust in God become mirrors for others, and not everyone is ready to see themselves reflected honestly. Isaiah 54:17 assures us, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn." This is your declaration today, chosen one. Every weapon, every whisper, every plot shall not prosper. You have been equipped by God to move with authority, and that authority does not require argument or defense. It requires faith and quiet obedience. It's fascinating to watch how the universe responds when you begin to walk in your God-given purpose. Doors open, paths clear, and opportunities arrive that defy human logic. Yet simultaneously, You will notice a surge of opposition from those who cannot comprehend your divine momentum. Proverbs 19:21 says, "There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. Your enemies may plan, your critics may whisper, but the counsel of the Lord stands above all." What they say in secret cannot override what God has spoken over your life. You have silenced them, not by words, but by unwavering alignment with your calling. I know, chosen one, that sometimes it feels lonely when others cannot understand why you remain calm in the midst of chaos. But that loneliness is a sacred space where your spirit grows stronger. It is in this silence that God speaks, that divine strategies are revealed, and that your faith becomes unshakable. Matthew 5:11 encourages us, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake." Take comfort in this promise. Being misjudged or whispered about is a sign that your life is aligned with God's will. It is not punishment, it is confirmation. You may ask, how do I continue to silence the haters without getting pulled into negativity? The answer is simple yet powerful. Continue to walk in faith, continue to serve your purpose, and continue to speak life into your circumstances. Proverbs 4:25-27 tells us, "Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil." Keep your focus forward. Let the whispers fade into background noise while your life demonstrates the results of divine favor. The haters may shout, but their shouts are drowned out by the testimony of your obedience. And here's something profoundly comforting. The silence you create in response to negativity is not absence, it is preparation. God is using this time to elevate you, to equip you with spiritual tools that the world cannot understand. Romans 8:31 assures us, "If God be for us, who can be against us?" When you recognize that your silence is a form of spiritual warfare, your confidence becomes unshakable. You no longer need to explain yourself because God's favor explains everything. Those who gossip may try to twist words, but the divine truth of your life cannot be manipulated by human tongues. Beloved, let me speak directly to you now. Every whisper, every envy, every secret plotting is a reflection of fear. They fear your light, your peace, your clarity, and most importantly, your alignment with God's plan. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed. For I am thy God, I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." God himself is your strength. God himself is your shield. And when you operate under his hand, no human contrivance, no gossip, no ill intent can touch you. Here's the secret. Chosen one. Silence, when combined with faith, becomes your loudest statement. The world will notice your composure. They will notice your victories. They will notice that no amount of gossip can derail the divine plan unfolding in your life. Psalm 37:7 instructs, "Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass." Your rest in God is your response. Your patience and faith is your weapon. You do not need to fight every battle in the natural because the spiritual realm is already on your side. As we continue this journey, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you allowed negativity to disturb your peace before realizing the power of quiet obedience? How many times have you seen gossip rise around you, only to recognize later that it was a sign of your spiritual ascent? Chosen one, your silence is not weakness, it is mastery. It is the understanding that God's power does not require human approval. It is the acknowledgement that your divine purpose transcends petty arguments, false accusations, and shallow opinions. Take a deep breath and claim this in your heart today. I am aligned with God. I am untouchable by gossip. I am a chosen one, and my life manifests his glory. Comment in the section below if you are declaring this now, and write "blessed and ready" to seal it in faith. Your testimony is forming even in this moment, and the energy around you is shifting as you affirm it. As we move further, remember this essential truth. Every time you refuse to respond to hate, every time you maintain composure in the face of gossip, you are building a legacy. You are teaching the world that power does not need to shout. You are demonstrating that faith, clarity, and alignment with God's plan are more persuasive than any argument. Beloved, understand this clearly. The reason the whispers and gossip rise around you is because your life is moving in dimensions that ordinary eyes cannot perceive. The chosen ones operate on a spiritual frequency that the world struggles to understand. Even when it seems like you are standing alone, know that you are surrounded by unseen forces that guard, guide, and protect you. Psalm 34:7 declares, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." Every step you take in faith, every quiet act of obedience, every moment you refuse to fight back with human anger, summons divine protection. There is a power in restraint, beloved, a power in knowing that the words of others cannot define your worth or diminish your purpose. You may have noticed that the louder the gossip, the greater the breakthrough that is about to manifest in your life. That is no coincidence, it is spiritual law. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." Those who gossip are speaking from fear and limitation, but your silence, your patience, and your faith are planting seeds that will bear eternal fruit. They are crafting your testimony even as they intend to harm. Sometimes, chosen one, you may feel tempted to respond, to defend yourself, to correct misconceptions, but that is when faith must take the wheel. Romans 12:19 says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." Let the Lord handle the judgment. Your role is not to argue, but to trust, to remain aligned, and to keep moving forward. When you stop giving attention to those who seek to bring you down, you are exercising spiritual authority. You are teaching the world that power is silent, unshakable, and unyielding. Consider this. When God ordains your path, no gossip, no plot, no scheme can hinder your progress. They may speak, they may plot, they may try to twist circumstances, but nothing can override the promise of God. Jeremiah 1:19 reassures us, "They shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to deliver thee." Beloved, feel the weight of that promise. You are protected, you are equipped, you are chosen. And the forces that rise against you are merely witnesses to a truth they cannot alter. God is moving in your life. This is the paradox of being a chosen one. Your presence ignites both admiration and fear. People may envy the light within you, misunderstand your motives, or attempt to undermine your progress. Yet every time they try to diminish you, they are reinforcing your authority whether they realize it or not. This is why the whispers exist. They are a shadow of the power that God has given you. Isaiah 54:13 reminds us, "All thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children." When you are aligned, the peace within you becomes a testimony louder than any gossip. Your calmness becomes your proclamation, and the world in awe can only whisper. I want you to internalize something vital right now. Your silence is not inaction. It is a declaration. It is a weapon of discernment. It is a sacred choice to respond only with faith, only with divine strategy, and only with the results that God produces through your obedience. Psalm 23:4 tells us, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff they comfort me." Even in valleys where whispers and plots feel thickest, God walks with you. Even in moments when the noise seems overwhelming, you are never alone. Your silence and your faith act as a spiritual rod and staff, guiding, protecting, and empowering you. Let us speak truth together now. Being a chosen one is a responsibility that the world often misunderstands. People are not always ready to witness your rise. They are not always ready to see divine favor poured over a life that is obedient, humble, and unwavering in faith. Yet every act of obedience, every moment you choose righteousness over reaction, amplifies the light in your life. And it is this light that silences the haters. Proverbs 16:7 states, "When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him." Can you feel that power? Can you feel the way God uses your alignment to neutralize opposition without you having to lift a finger? I want you to reflect deeply on this. How often do you allow gossip or negativity to disturb your peace? How often do you respond to words that are meant to distract you from your purpose? Chosen one, the time has come to rise above. The time has come to understand that your life is not controlled by human opinion. It is guided by divine orchestration. Psalm 27:1 reminds us, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Fear loses its power when God becomes your focus. Gossip loses its influence when your faith becomes your shield. And chosen one, you are meant to move unshakable, untouchable, and unafraid. Now, I invite you to consider this. What would happen if every whisper, every doubt, every attempt to bring you down was met with serene confidence and unwavering faith? What if, instead of reacting, you leaned fully into the promises of God? Your enemies, your haters, and even those closest to you who misunderstand you will witness the undeniable manifestation of God's favor. Isaiah 40:31 encourages us, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." The chosen ones soar above gossip, above fear, and above the limitations of ordinary understanding. Let me remind you again, the people who gossip are not your measure. They are not your standard. They are not your authority. Your measure, your standard, and your authority come from God alone. Psalm 62:11-12 says, "God hath spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work." God's power defines your life, not human opinion. Your silence is your testimony. Your calm is your proclamation. And your faith is the loudest voice in the room even when nobody else sees it. So, beloved, today make this a turning point. Choose silence as your strategy. Choose peace as your weapon. Choose faith as your loudest declaration. Let the whispers come, let the gossip flow, but know this: your life is under divine orchestration. Your steps are guided. Your destiny is guarded. And every attempt to oppose you is merely a sign that God's favor is moving powerfully through your existence. Comment now if you are choosing this today and type "blessed and ready" to seal this spiritual truth in your life. As we continue, know that the journey of the chosen one is never meant to be understood by all. Many will question, doubt, and whisper. Some will even attempt to align against your progress. But the truth remains. Your life is a canvas of God's favor, painted with wisdom, patience, and obedience. Every whisper is a confirmation of your rising authority. Every attempt to diminish you is a reminder of your spiritual power, and every silent victory is proof that God's plan cannot be thwarted. Proverbs 21:31 reminds us, "The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord." Beloved, you are prepared, protected, and positioned for every blessing, and no gossip can alter what God has already declared for your life. Beloved, as we draw this message to its fullness, I want you to recognize the ultimate truth of your identity. You are a chosen one, handpicked by God to carry light into a world that often resists truth. The gossip, the whispers, the attempts to bring you down, they are mere shadows against the brilliance of the life God is crafting for you. Every act of negativity directed at you is actually a confirmation that you are moving in alignment with divine purpose. Psalm 118:6 declares, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what can man do unto me." Let that sink deep into your spirit. Fear and opposition have no authority over you. You may have noticed the power of silence. That quiet confidence you have, that ability to rise above petty disputes, is no accident. It is a spiritual gift. Every time you refrain from reacting to gossip, every time you choose faith over frustration, you are exercising authority that many cannot comprehend. Ephesians 6:10 reminds us, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." Your strength is not in argument or confrontation. It is in obedience, patience, and unwavering faith in God's timing. The world may try to define you by the noise around you, but your value, your calling, and your impact are measured by the one who created you. Romans 8:37 declares, "Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." You are more than conquerors, chosen one. The whispers of the haters cannot overshadow your victories. They cannot rewrite your story. They cannot touch the divine blueprint that God is steadily unfolding in your life. Every step you take in faith, every word you speak in alignment with God, every choice to remain silent in the face of provocation is a declaration that you are untouchable. Remember, chosen one, that divine favor is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, subtle, and unseen, but it is powerful beyond measure. The results of your alignment, your obedience, and your patience will speak louder than any gossip ever could. Isaiah 54:14 says, "In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, For thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Your life, grounded in righteousness, is a fortress that no human tongue can breach. Every whisper, every rumor, every attempt to silence you only serves to highlight the authority you carry. I want you to take a moment and feel this truth resonate in your soul. The silence you keep in the face of opposition is a declaration of divine power. It is proof that you are aligned with God's plan, that you are walking in faith, and that your life is operating in a higher dimension. Psalm 37:5 encourages us, "Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." When you commit fully, when you trust unwaveringly, when you allow God to lead, every enemy, every whisper, every attempt to diminish you will be neutralized, not by your effort, but by the presence of God moving through your life. And here's the final, empowering revelation, beloved. Chosen ones do not need to engage in petty battles. Their power lies in alignment, their authority in obedience, and their victories in faith. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." Let this be your anchor today. Let it be the guiding principle that transforms every attempt at gossip or hatred into a confirmation of your divine path. Before we close, I want you to take a bold action. Comment below with the faith-based phrase, "blessed and ready." Say it as a declaration that you are fully aligned, untouchable by negativity, and ready to walk boldly in your divine calling. Hit the like button if this message has strengthened your faith. And if you have not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time to join Underrated Knowledge Channel for more life-changing, spiritually empowering messages that guide the chosen ones like you. As you move forward from this moment, remember these truths. Your silence is strength. Your faith is power. And your alignment with God is invincible. You have silenced the haters not by argument or retaliation, but by embodying a life that radiates divine authority. The world may whisper, but your life speaks louder. The enemy may plot, but God's favor prevails. And you, chosen one, are walking in a destiny that cannot be shaken. So go forth with courage, with peace, and with unwavering faith. Let the whispers continue. They are only echoes of the power that God has placed in your life. You are a chosen one, anointed and unstoppable. Every step you take, every breath you draw, every decision you make is under the guidance of the Almighty. Embrace your divine authority, trust in His timing, and watch as the world, gossips and all, cannot touch what God has ordained for you. Remember, this is your moment. Stand firm, remain silent in faith, and allow God to turn every whisper against you into a testimony of your unstoppable power. You are chosen, you are favored, and you are unstoppable.